How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Buffalo Sabres franchise mode. And in the last one, we ended off a pretty solid offseason where we went ahead and maximized our studs with a +5 on our top 6. So our top 6 is now absolutely filthy. 91 Olofsson, 97 Eichel, 94 Reinhart. The second line is 94 Skinner, 91 Middlestat, and 88 Kreider. Now that's with the +5, obviously. The third line I think is fine. It's good. It's got 84 Ritchie and 85 Cousins. 80 Asplund could be improved upon. I am going to get rid of Sheary, so maybe we can find somebody who fits that third line. Maybe a two-way forward. I'm not sure what teams are going to give me for Connor Sheary, but Asplund down here keeps it at a 0, and we'll just probably find a right winger, ideally, that would fit with those guys. Not a playmaker, perhaps, or at least maybe a playmaker, somebody that at least fits the line, but with 2 power forwards, we probably don't want to get a third one on there. If we take a look at Chris Kreider, how does he fit? He fits okay. It's on the verge of being a negative, so we don't want a power forward, but whatever teams are willing to offer us for Connor Sheary, because he's kind of the odd man out here. Our top 6 is pretty nuts, and we don't need another playmaker or another guy like that. I went ahead and I also did all the special teams, so we'll check those out in a minute. But we got Dahlin and Risto here, Gustafsson and Yokiharu, and then Miller and Pilot. So Pilot actually gets his shot in the NHL. I think he was playing with us last year, maybe, in the NHL. Yeah, he did. He had 17 points plus 10. Can't really say he had a bad season. He was very solid all around. So playing on the third pairing with Colin Miller, hopefully that'll be enough to get the job done. I think it's just a solid all-around team, and then the +5s on the top, maximizing our studs. Hopefully chemistry does actually help me out and not just cause me more of a headache like it usually does. But our power play lines both have +3s. I decided to get Dylan Cousins on that first line power play. I know he doesn't fit, but I tried everybody else, and I couldn't really get a +5 up there. And I also know Dylan Cousins is a second line forward, so if I'm giving him first line power play time and third line ice time, even strength ice time, I definitely think that he shouldn't. Well, I hope he won't complain as much. That's the reason I'm doing what I'm doing here, by the way. So he's balanced shoot. Interesting. Good to know that if I ever needed to play him on defense, which I don't think I'll have to. So we've got our first line there with Dahlin and then Cousins. Then we've got Ritchie with Middlestat and Skinner. Connor Sheary will be replaced, and I believe we'll throw in maybe Chris Kreider there for now, just to at least be a placeholder. Only a +1 with Chris Kreider in there. It actually goes up with Chris Kreider on that first line power play, but we're going to leave it as is. Maybe whoever we bring in can be somebody that fits our power play. I went ahead and I did the 4-on-4 power play. It doesn't mean too much, but at least we got a +1 and even. We got a +5 down here with our second, which I think is going to benefit because our overalls up here are already high enough that I think defensively we'll be fine. Whereas down here now we have a really studly second penalty kill, and 3-man penalty kill looks just fine. I didn't bother touching the extras. Goaltenders, we have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen taking over this season as the primary goaltender. Linus Ullmark really did drop off. He was in, I think, 80. He was in 81 coming into this because I know he got boosted maybe before or after. I forgot when I started the series, but that's definitely, a good 1-2 punch. Hopefully Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen can have a good season for us. Scratched is Tage Thompson and Peyton Krebs. Peyton Krebs could be somebody we're not going to play on the third line. We're going to send him down. Him and Tage Thompson are going to go play in the minors, and we will go ahead and find somebody to play on the bottom 6 in the trade with involving Connor Sheary. So Peyton Krebs is going to go down to the AHL. So I'll go ahead and find a trade for Connor Sheary right now and let you guys know what it is. Double check the lines, show you where the new guys fit, and then we will go ahead and get the season underway. We will probably get all the way to the trade deadline in this episode. If it goes well, if it doesn't, we'll probably cut it short at January 1st. But hopefully we can have a really good season and win ourselves a cup here in year number 3. So let's go ahead, find a trade now for Connor Sheary. That is the plan. There he is. He's got a good amount of value, and he would definitely drop off quite a bit if we were to play him in the bottom 6, which I'm not intending to. Suzuki's interesting. Demers. I don't want a goaltender. I would like a forward, not defenseman. Braden Holtby would solve our goaltending issue. It's not really an issue. And that's a lot of, because we want Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen to be the goaltender of the future too. Suzuki here, Ryan Suzuki. Oh, he's only 72. So we're going to go ahead and find our own trade for Connor Sheary. Maybe somebody, a right winger that fits our bottom 6 that's, on a reasonable contract. I'll go ahead and go through the player search, find my players, and I'll jump in when I have a potential target, and we'll go after him. So, guys, we are here at the start of the season. I went ahead and sent my scouts out to go ahead and just kind of scout players for me. I'm kind of eyeing up a two-way forward. I've got a couple on my pinned list here that we're gonna hopefully go after. They would hopefully fit our bottom six, and also, you know, they're reasonable. Their contracts are reasonable. Under 3 million. Miles Wood, maybe less so. Sonny Milano is probably the guy I would want the most. Robert Thomas is also on a really, really great contract. Being also 22, he's got time to grow and develop. Unfortunately, he is a center, but I mean, look at that defensive category, guys. 88 defensive awareness, 88 offensive awareness, 86 passing. I feel like this guy will do really, really well, put up some numbers for us. Let's go ahead and check out how he's done in the past. Well, he's been a minus with St. Louis, only 21 points in 82 games. They played him on the fourth line, though. Looks like he had some more ice time here. It doesn't say that he fits our penalty killing scheme. So let's go ahead and double check Sonny Milano. Complete. Oh, is that our old head coach? Yeah, that's our old head coach. That's Jameson Zancaro. So I got to be careful about that. This Miles Wood would maybe fit, and Ryan Zingle would fit forward line 4. So I think we go after Robert Thomas here. He fits our third line. He's young. He's got 2 years left on a really cheap deal. I think we can get him for Connor Sheary and then maybe get a pick or a prospect. I don't know. But I know Connor Sheary's got a good amount of value. That's in our favor. So we'll try and throw something else in the deal here. They want to give up Braden Shen. He could just be furious right now because he's not a 77. I know that for a fact. But unfortunately, since we just changed our coaches, our scouts need to spend some time scouting, obviously. So I don't know if I want to get anybody currently in the NHL, ready for the NHL, maybe a draft pick. Their first is probably too much value for us to get a first in Thomas for Sheary. Yeah, it's too far off. I was just kind of seeing, like, why not try? But I think a second would be good. A second in Robert Thomas for Connor Sheary. I think we come out with the win in this deal. A really cheap contract for Robert Thomas. I know Connor Sheary's expiring, but Thomas is signed for another season. We'll have, what, like 10 million in cap space? And St. Louis is in the Western Conference, so it's not going to worry about us having Connor Sheary come back to bite us unless we see them in the Stanley Cup Finals. But a second as well, and I think I like this deal. Let's go ahead and propose the trade, and trade accepted. All right, that's beautiful. Yeah, they're going to be upset for trading away Connor Sheary. Connor Sheary did his time here, was fine, but now it's time to get, everybody's sad that Connor Sheary's gone, but that's okay. We now have Robert Thomas to slot in here. Nope. Hopefully he does fit the scheme like promised, and he does. That's beautiful. The +1. I mean, he's a really good two-way guy. Dylan Cousins is, wow, I did not realize his puck skills category was that sick. We have a really good defensive line here. Somebody's got to put up goals. Maybe I need a sniper, but we're going to leave it as is. I'm not going to touch it. Fourth line is fine with Asplund, Iafallo, and Scott Wilson. I don't see any problems with it. It's just the fourth line. We like to roll all three lines, not the fourth line. Let's go ahead and double check our penalty kill. Yeah, the penalty kill looks fine to me. I don't think I want to throw Robert Thomas in there as well. Chris Kreider here. Would Robert Thomas fit? Because it would be kind of nice to get him in there, changing current line. He does kind of. So Richie is in there, and Cousins is in there, and I'll throw Thomas in there as well. Chris Kreider, I'm not as worried about. He's getting second line ice time. He should be happy with life on the second line because he is listed as a third line scoring forward. So Skinner's down to an 88, probably because he's unhappy. Same thing with Victor Olofsson, so that kind of sucks. But we'll get the morale back up. We'll start with winning some games. Let's jump ahead here and get into some simulating. Go a month, and then we'll see how the first month goes. If I want you guys to stick around because it's not going well, and we'll make some decisions. We'll see how we play, but we'll go through the first month live simming with you guys, and we lose to Toronto in the first game of the season. That's not what you want to see because we want to beat our divisional opponents, but we follow it up with 3 straight wins before we just can't win on Sundays. I guess we're about to lose every game on Sundays. Versus Carolina, we lose 4-3 to start the season, 5-3 to start the season after we finally win on a Sunday. I mean, we did win on a Sunday in preseason, but there's a loss there to the Colorado Avalanche. Let's not make it 2. We get swept. Casey Middlestat is upset about his ice time. I want to persuade. I'm a team player. I'm going to disagree. I mean, I think he's playing a fine amount of minutes, right? He's on the second line. I guess he should be playing like more than that. He's an 86 overall. Versus Vegas, we win 7-4. That's a big win. 6-4-1 is not bad to start the season, but it seems like we're way off the pace. I'll tell you who's not off the pace is Jeff Skinner. But I mean, okay, we're 1 point out of the playoffs. So I'm not too concerned about it. Things can change, but Casey Middlestat wants more ice time, so maybe I should give him more ice time. Dylan Cousins did not complain about his ice time, so maybe we can do something like that. Casey Middlestat up on that first power play. Get him some more time. I am giving Cousins penalty kill time, so it's only right to give Middlestat the more power play time as well. But I think our team is really good. I'm not going to push the panic button just yet. Just Skinner with a goal per game to start the season is insane. We've got 2 more games to go here in the first month of the season versus Nashville and Carolina. We lose to Nashville. Can we beat Carolina? We do. Puts us with 15 points. There. So 15 points in 13 games is not exactly the greatest pace in the world, but we are 3. Oh my God, Jeff Skinner has 21 points. How many? Huh? He got 4 assists in those 2 games? Are you kidding me? Alrighty then. We only scored 7 goals. He assisted over half the goals we scored. But as you can see there, it's a tight race right now. I'm not going to push the panic button. I think we'll just go another month, simulate through it here. I think we can get on a run here. Maybe it's goaltending. Maybe I should look at my goaltending situation, see if Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is just not cutting it. Maybe it's defenseman. But there's 2 wins, one against Detroit, who are in our division. Wow, we absolutely smacked the crap out of Vancouver, then followed up with losing to Anaheim, but then 2 straight shootout wins, shutout loss against the New Jersey Devils. Against the Islanders we win. We, put up a ton of goals against the Caps. Versus the Red Wings, Dylan Cousins, yes, you should be. I agree. Although I'm confident in your abilities, I know you'll get out of it. Yep. Okay, cool. I'm not going to try and pile on him because that usually leads to me saying, oh, I'll get you some new teammates or whatever. And I don't want to do that because I like the way the lines are set. Versus St. Louis, and we do win. The Connor Sheary revenge game fails. And look at that, boys. We trusted the process, and we are currently sitting in second, 2 points behind the Leafs, who I believe were absolutely insane and won the Cup last season, if I can remember correctly. But 35 points, really good. It seems like a 3-horse race right now. The Lightning and Bruins in the wildcard spots. Canadians, Senators, and Red Wings follow up at the bottom. Wow, okay, so our division is really tight compared to something like the Metro with the Penguins flying there. The Islanders down there at the bottom. Okay. Jeff Skinner, still over a point per game, 16 goals. I would like to see a guy like Jack Eichel get up there, I would like to see him do some stuff. But let's go ahead and go another month. Let's get to January 1st. Get a lot of simulating done in this episode for you guys. 17-8-1, 18-8-1. Jack Eichel's happy because of his ice time. We love to see that. Sam Reinhart. All right, that's cool. The draft class, we lose to Detroit 7-2. That kind of sucks, but we follow. It was a couple wins in a row there. There's 3 straight losses, one of those being in a shootout, but we do now. Oh, Josh Hosang's on the move for a first. So New York is officially selling off the Islanders. Maybe there's somebody we could look to maybe snap up a player at the deadline. But again, I don't really see too many places to improve. I really like the roster. I really like the chemistry. And I think I'm just going to let it be. Against the Islanders, who are really bad, we win. And wow, okay, so the boys are really happy. They're feeling the holiday spirit, and the end of December was insane. We lost 2 games in regulation all of December, lost 1 game in a shootout, and we won the rest. That is a crazy run of games there. So 3, 9... 10, 11 wins in a... Is that 11? That's 11 wins in a row, guys. 2, 4, 6... Nope. No, it's not. Just kidding. 3, 6. That's 8. Wow. Whew, okay. I added way wrong there, but things are going great. How many games into the season are we? We are 39. Let's go 2 more games through the season here so we can get the easy midway point of the season prediction for how we're going to do his points. And wow, okay, so we do hit 10 games in a row. 10-game winning streak sees us go to the top of the Atlantic. Jack Eichel with 50 points. He's on pace for 142 goals. That's what you want to see from your captain, from your all-star stud. Maximize him. And you know what else you want to see? Being ahead of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So let's go ahead and take a look at points. We'll take a look at team stats next. I don't think we need to make any line changes because, oh my God. Oh, look at Casey Middlestat up there as well. I guess I should have given him the extra ice time. 16 minutes a night only. Same thing with Jeff Skinner, who has no longer point per game pace, but seeing Casey Middlestead up there, Victor Olofsson on the first line, somebody's got to have to trail on the first line. Dylan Cousins in that third line is not very good. Yeah, that's where we're getting that's where we're hurting. Somebody's got to give up the goals, I guess. But Asplund, Iafallo, and let's go ahead and just stick with forwards here. Asplund, Iafallo, and Scott Wilson seem to be a fine fourth line. So Asplund, after, being kind of the guy that we really looked down upon, last season, sent him down right away after those 32 games. He was horrible, made some moves. Now he's doing fine. So it's that third line, though. I don't know if the power forward combo, we got good defensive stats for both Cousins and Robert Thomas. I would just like to see it, perform a little bit better. Maybe trading Ritchie for a sniper could be the move. A sniper that fits the third line, something that to look for at the deadline. But right now, things are working as far as the team as a whole is concerned. Gustafsson leads the team in points, which is concerning since Rasmus Dahlin is now an offensive defenseman, 88 overall, with medium franchise potential, not leading the team in points. But Rasmus Ristolainen, -1. Come on, Risto, I believed in you. I told you, I said that you could be a plus player, and you have been, except for now. Colin Miller doing well there with Lawrence Pilot, who's, he's just there. He's along for the ride. 16-point pace, not great. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen doesn't seem like he's killing it. Does not seem to be carrying. I can never get goalies to simulate well. I don't know what it is, but I can't get goalies. Have you guys had success getting goalies simulating well? Because I have not. I've really only gotten one-offs every once in a while. When my team sucks, my goalie plays well, and when my team's great, my goalie sucks. So you tell me. Anyway, if we take a look here, we are scoring. We're entertaining. We are a very entertaining hockey team. Okay, I was going to say 2.9 felt high, but third fewest in the division. That's really good. The power play, absolutely electric. 25% basically on the power play. And the penalty kill, 85%, which is top 3. So, we're rightfully there, but I think every team, the teams right around us here as far as stats, I think we're the most well-rounded team. Shorthanded goals for is 4. I'm sure Jack Eichel's got a few. Detroit's in a playoff spot. Good for them. So we'll go ahead. Oh, Jack Eichel, did you guys see that? He's now in 93. So we'll go ahead and get up to the trade deadline here as I stumble over the words coming out of my mouth. Let's go ahead here, get up to this game or this day here. But I don't know if there's many trades I want to make, especially messing with team chemistry, especially with the way we're playing. That is a lot of games in a row. I think that's 13 in a row. Boys, 14 in a row, 15 in a row. Can we keep it going? We lose in a shootout, cannot keep the winning streak going. Let's not come back crashing down to earth. There we go. You love to see it. You snap the winning streak, you lose in a shootout, but the point streak still goes, and we beat, wow, oh my goodness gracious. Things are going, oh my God, guys. This streak is insane. What is happening? Nashville fired their head coach. That is cool. But then we lose. Don't lose to Pittsburgh. Don't make it 2 in a row. Hey, look at that. You lose, but you just got to bounce right back. You can lose games, but you got to bounce right back with wins. String a couple wins in a row. It's okay to lose a game. String a few more in a row. At Edmonton, 3-1 win. What the heck is going on? This team is going nuts. Connor Sheary on the move yet again. Connor Sheary and Braden Shen for Ryan Murray and Josh Anderson. So Braden Shen finally gets the move that he was looking for. And Connor Sheary in St. Louis does not seem to have worked out. I think we would have won that trade, boys. Columbus now with Connor Sheary. Oh my God, Connor Sheary's on the move again. Connor Sheary has been traded from Buffalo to St. Louis, from St. Louis to Columbus, and now from Columbus to Carolina. Connor Sheary, wow. Okay, poor guy buys an apartment. The next day gets traded. What the heck? I have never seen something like that. That is insane. Poor Connor Sheary, guys. That sucks, my guy. Well, he did have to beat us and then get traded. Of course he did. But absolutely insane run here, guys. What have this was what? 10 games in a row? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 was this game. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We lose in a shootout. 16-0-1. 17-0-1. 18-0-1. 19-0-1. 20-0-1. 21-1. 21-1-1. 22-1-1. 23-1-1. 24-1-1. 25-1-1. 25-2-1. 26-2-1. Was that 3-1? 2-1? Shit, all I know is we won 27 games. We might have lost 3 and we went 27-3-1. Are you serious? Guys, we're at 95 points on the season. Nobody else is even close. We have 95 points. 86 is the next highest in the league. 84 for the Penguins, who I thought were going to be just killing it this season. Jack Eichel now with 73 and 61. He's on pace for still like 100 points, probably. Yeah. So, wow. Okay. So at the trade deadline, I don't know if I want to make any moves, guys. I think we're going to leave it as is. The team's killing it right now. I'm going to just, you know what? Screw it. Let's go ahead and get to the end of the season here in this episode. I'm not making any trades. We're going to go ahead and get to the last 5 games of the season here. Let's just keep it rolling. I mean, this is an insane run. Oh my God. I'm so sad that wasn't Connor Sheary on the move again. Versus the Kings, we win. There's another win and another win there against the Flyers, a win against the Panthers. Ooh, we lose to Vegas, whose snaps are absolutely hot run, but we cannot lose 2 in a row. We're going to lose 2 in a row here, aren't we? No, we're not. We absolutely blast Boston, bouncing back with wins. You got to love to see us bounce back with wins. We beat up on a team without a coach. We beat the Leafs, which is a team chasing us in the standings. There's our first back-to-back loss since like November, November, I think. And we just pick right up winning again. We lose to Toronto, and there we go. We are now at the last 5 games of the season. How many points do we have? We have 117 points. That is insane. 117 points. We are 13 points ahead of the next highest team, and with 5 games to go, we're the President's Trophy winners, boys. We're the President's Trophy winning team, and it's 5 games to go. We are absolutely... Can we get 60 wins? We are 3 away from 60 wins. Can we break the record for most wins in a season, right? The record is 60, right? Or is it 61? I can't remember. So I just looked it up. We could tie the record if we win all of our games here to end the season. I don't know if we're going to do it. That game against Toronto could have blown it for us, but man, if there's any team that can just go on a streak and win games, it's us. We got 2 games against Tampa, who are a good team, though. Philly, are you going to... and there it is. 2 straight losses. We're not going to... Can we hit... Nope, we can't hit 60 wins. And there's the game trying to keep us from getting too many wins on a season, but almost breaking the record. We were on pace. We were close. We almost did it. Pressure got to us a little bit. Jack Eichel, oh my God, almost hits 50 goals. Doesn't get 100 points on the season, but we as a team hit 121 points, absolutely obliterating the rest of the league. The next best team was the Leafs, who are in our division. We got to go another day to see how many they get. They get 112, so they do lose their last game, and we officially finish 9 points ahead of the next best team in the league. The last teams to play are the Ducks, Canucks, and Devils, Islanders. So that's not going to really change too much, I don't think. So let's go ahead and do a season recap here, boys. Jack Eichel with 95 points, a fantastic season for him. Sam Reinhart with a point per game there. Casey Middlestat with 76, Jeff Skinner with 73, Olofsson with 72. So we got 4 guys with over 70 points per game. Dylan Cousins fixing the plus-minus there with 52. Nick Ritchie pumping in goals, so somebody had to pump him in, and it seems to be Nick Ritchie. Let's go ahead and just go with forwards for now. Nick Ritchie, there's still a minus, so the line's not fantastic, but it is what it is. Chris Kreider's fantastic, though, with a plus 28 and 40. So what is that? We got 8 players at almost half a point per game or better. Then we had Robert Thomas here, Asplund with 28, Iafallo with 26, and Scott Wilson's just there. But hey, listen, if my 4th line's a plus, I'm satisfied. Defensively, Dahlin puts up 49, so he does overtake. And yeah, the defense fixed itself. Rasmus Ristolainen finished as a plus 13. Dahlin, 49 points there. Gustafsson with 41, so that's really nice to see. 3 defensemen with 40 points. Colin Miller with 24, and then Jokiharju with 20. And 17 for Lawrence Pineland, but he's a plus, so that's all I wanted to see. And goaltenders, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen did improve by the end of the season, finished with over 900 save percentage, 273, and Linus Ullmark had a really good season as our backup. He only lost 3 games out of the 19 he was in. 919 save percentage with a 234 goal against average. That's a really good season from Linus Ullmark. Glad to see our goaltending tandem having a good season. Let's go ahead and check out the entire league now. 110 for McKinnon, 109 for McDavid. So McKinnon will be your Art Ross and maybe the Maurice Rocket Richard of Getty Malkin up there as well. Scheifele, Kane, and Rantanen. Those are all your 100-point scorers. Gabriel Landeskog, Jack Eichel, and Tyler Seguin. Then come next, close to 100, not exactly 100 though. 55 points, 55 goals. Jack Eichel comes in second in the league in goals. Unfortunately, Nathan McKinnon just had one hell of a season. Jack Eichel with 10 game-winning goals, though. Jack Eichel had a really good season, 25 power play points as well. We'll check out team stats. I know I always forget to do like a proper season recap, but it was a good season. Let's, you know what, screw it. Let's go ahead and check out who had the most takeaways as far as skaters. Kucherov. Is Kucherov going to win the Selke? Or is Clayton Keller going to win it? I'd give it to Mark Scheifele. I would probably give it to Mark Scheifele. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out defensemen here. Points goes to Erik Karlsson with 79. Morgan Rielly. Josh Morrissey put up 20 goals as a defenseman. That's a really good season. And a plus 42 for Morgan Rielly. Okay, so somebody else please eliminate Toronto so I don't have to face them if we make it further. I'd like not to face them, please. Marc-Andre Fleury looks like he's going to win the Vezina, maybe? It's a really good season for some goalies, it seems. Most wins was Marc-Andre Fleury. It's tight, guys. I'm going to give it to Frederik Andersen. He played so many fewer games, though. I would say it's probably Devin Dubnyk, in my opinion. He hit 40 wins, although I don't know who to give the Vezina to in my vote, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and check out rookie skaters. Rookie skaters, Isaac Lundestrom, Cole Perfetti up there as well. Kristen Vesalainen, Mason Shaw, Lucas Raymond. So interesting. Cole Perfetti put up the most goals, but again, these guys are on bad teams, and you can see they're from the minuses. Any rookie goalies make their debuts? Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen is a rookie goalie. I don't think he's going to win the Calder, but that would be sick, wouldn't it? But there's the entire league stats. Let's go ahead and check out how we did as a team comparatively. So 121 points, absolutely insane. Almost a 75% point percentage. Goals for per game. We dropped off from our 3.8, but we seriously improved our goals against per game. That is huge to see. We only dropped by 0.04 goals for per game, but we dropped there by almost 0.3, 0.25. A quarter of a goal per game is a big, big swing. So most goals for per game, and the second fewest goals against per game. Toronto seems to be a very defensive team. Toronto's a good team. This could be a one hell of a series and one team I don't want to see. Our power play, though, absolutely electric with 25.4%. Detroit's power play might have carried them into the playoffs. Toronto there as well, another good power play team. 82.8% on the penalty kill for us puts us in third. So everything was clicking there, guys. 9 shorthanded goals. You'll love to see it. Who entertained the home crowd the most? And that would be us, winning 32 of our 41 games at home. That is ridiculous. On the road, we weren't as good. We didn't do so hot to end the season here. Toronto did surge into the playoffs. We kind of coasted in the playoffs. Tampa Bay also surged. So those teams cemented themselves in the playoffs. Who was the worst team in the league? Let's check it out. It's the New York Islanders, and their last game doesn't even matter. Nashville, and then St. Louis. So if we would have been able to get St. Louis's first, that would have been absolutely sick in the Connor Sheary trade because apparently they just bottomed out. That would have been awesome, but we do get their second. So that's good. You know what? Speaking of Connor Sheary, let's go find out how that guy did. How did he do on all the teams he played with this season? He did not play for us, really. But he was on our team to start. Right at the season's beginning, like the first game of the season, I traded him away. He's now on Carolina, right? I don't want to check out the AHL. Edge to sell there, though. Nice. Good to see Mr. Flex Seal doing well. Carolina Hurricanes. Connor Sheary with 77. Okay, so he was worth... Okay, he had a good season, even if he was moved around a lot. He led the Carolina Hurricanes in points. He played one game in Columbus, put up 3 points against us, and then pissed off to Carolina. With St. Louis, he was also doing well. So I guess he was just a hot commodity, a guy that just really had a good season. He only put up 58 points with us in 82 games, but St. Louis must have given him way more ice time, or he must have fit the scheme or something. Oh my God, they gave him some, wow. These guys were playing him like on their first line. Columbus played the crap out of him against us, but there it is. That's how Connor Sheary does this season. And let's go ahead, wrap this one up, and see who we will be taking on in round number 1. We won the President's Trophy, which is great to see. Hopefully we can also win another trophy later on this season, because the season's not over, obviously, but we will be taking on the Detroit Red Wings, a team that I have not seen in the playoffs in any of my series. So this should be exciting. This should be a fun series. Let's go. Toronto takes on Tampa Bay. What a heck of a series that is. At least they get to avoid Boston, right? But guys, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.